great user experience makes everything that was put together to create that experience invisible, particularly the technology. The users don't have to think, and I also feel like there's a good discipline of winnowing down what a product or design could be down to the essentials that matter the most, which is difficult. The discipline of simplicity is difficult. And then, of course, overcoming constraints, which all digital products have to do.
Yes to that, but also two things I sort of look at. Is the user able to complete the tasks that made them come to the website or application in the first place? There's that. And then, is the application itself or the site itself easy to use and sort of what I would call like a delight to engage with? So I think those two need to work in tandem for it to be a good user experience.
You know, it's delivering the content in a way that's impactful for a specific audience, and doing so in a way that's unique or memorable or delightful, I would say. Is all.
User experience is the invisible craft, because if it's working well, the user won't think about it at all or notice it at all. Jared Spool compared it to air conditioning. You notice when it's broken, not when it's working well. But as other people have mentioned, there's this not getting in your way, not breaking things aspect to user experience. And then there's the magic part, where you delight people not by drawing attention to the cool design, but by enabling them to do things that they didn't think were going to be possible.
I just moved to New York about 2 years ago, and after working in startups in the Bay Area. And prior to moving here, I think one of the companies that I had the hardest time understanding was Tumblr. I thought, you know, if you're going to build a blogging platform, why would you leave comments out? Like, that's a really stupid decision. I mean, we can fit it in the schema and all that stuff. But once I started to get to understand the company and the decision around that, it was really because when David Karp looks at comments and sees it on YouTube, all he sees is just a cesspool of hate and racism and all sorts of really bad content, most of which is probably created by like 12-year-olds. But it's his desire to create a positive place for self-expression in his decision to prioritize that above the mechanics, above the engineering, above all these things that makes Tumblr really special. And so when we look across the portfolio of companies that we invest in at Unisquare Ventures, you know, we don't think the technology is the differentiator. We really think it's the user experience. And I think, you know, great user experience is something that can successfully make people, you know, have a positive impact on how people feel. And it's a nice target, I think, for designers to aspire to.
Discovery of a new experience that is great UX. And it sort of works off the premise that we're in a very caveman state in all of this. And people are discovering little things. So a tiny example that I think, for me, it helps emphasize that it's not just making a design look pretty, is that Instagram starts uploading the photo before you hit the upload button.
Joyful moments, those surprises that you encounter it and it's something that you completely didn't expect, but the moment you encounter it, you realize that's exactly what it should do. That's exactly how you should be experiencing this product, this service, this task, whatever it is that you're attempting to do. It's that intuitive moment that, yeah, they figured out exactly what you should be feeling at this moment, even if you had no idea what it was supposed to, what you should have felt at that moment.
If you take all of those wonderful things that comprise a great user experience, I would add that user experience is about business, and great user experience drives competitive advantage and business value.